Here's another obituary gone wild. A daughter explains a brutal obituary she wrote for her father about his bad parenting. She stated, "Everything I was gonna write was gonna be a lie. He hate liars." So then she decided to write this. Leslie Ray, who they call Popeye, died in 2017, which she says it was 29 years longer than expected and much longer than he deserved. Leslie battled with cancer in his later years and lost his battle ultimately due to being a horse he was known for. He leaves behind 2 children, 6 grandchildren, and countless other victims, including an ex-wife, relatives, friends, neighbors, doctors, nurses, and random strangers. He continues on as, at a young age, Leslie quickly became a model example of bad parenting combined with mental illness and complete commitment to drinking, drugs, womanizing, and being generally offensive. Leslie enlisted to serve in the Navy, but not so much to be brave or patriotic, part of a plea deal to escape sentencing on criminal charges. While enlisted, Leslie was the Navy boxing champion and went on to significantly embarrass his family and country by spending the remaining of his service in the Balboa Mental Health Hospital, receiving much needed mental health care services. Leslie was surprisingly intelligent. However, he lacked ambition and motivation to do anything more than being reckless, wasteful, squandering the family savings, and fantasizing about getting rich quick schemes. Leslie's hobbies included being abusive to his family, expediting trips to heaven for the beloved family pets, and fishing, which he was less skilled with than previously mentioned. Leslie's life served no obvious purpose. He did not contribute to society or serve his community, and he possessed no redeeming qualities beside quick-witted sarcasm, which was amusing during his sober days. With Leslie's passing, he will be missed only for what he never did, being a loving father, husband, and a good friend. No services will be held. There will be no prayers for eternal peace and no apologies to the family he tortured. Leslie's remains will be cremated and kept in a barn until Ray, the family donkey's wood shavings, run out. Sheesh. Leslie's passing proves that evil does in fact die and hopefully marks a time of healing and safety for all. Sheila, Leslie's daughter, did speak out and said she wrote this obituary to claim some healing and forget and minimize the residual impact his death would have on their lives. Sheila believed she needed to write this obituary and just be honest. She said, "A week after he passed, I sat down and began working on it." She said she was somewhat blocked and everything she was going to write was going to be a lie. And she knew that her father wouldn't approve of that. He hated a liar and he would not accept this. It just goes on to explain that if anyone is bothered of her speaking ill of the dead, they are fortunate to not understand. She says, "I am happy for those that simply do not understand. This means you had good parents. Please treasure what you have." She continued to say that we as a people need to start talking about different issues that people go through. Her father's issues with domestic violence and alcoholism serves no greater good. She continued, "I apologize to anyone that thought my father hurt them and felt it would have been offensive to portray him as anything other than what he was," she said. This obituary was extended to help bring closure because not talking about domestic violence doesn't make it go away. That is the end of the obituary, but I read this because if any parents are out there and you are having strife or unresolved issues with your children, please get it right before you die. It's imperative that you do so that you won't have an obituary written about you like this. I am Regina Long with Not So Perfect Parenting.